Hi, this is Sheila. Welcome back to the Crochet Nurse channel. Do you have a super sensitive scalp but also need to be able to keep the hair back off of your face? Me too. And so if you want to join me today, what we're going to do is we're going to make this headband that's easy on the scalp, won't pull your hair, won't give you headaches from having pulls on your hair, but it'll be easy for you to make, and it's actually quite attractive as well. As you can see from the side, there's a little bit of a design in there that makes it quite pretty. It's about 2.5 inches wide. And let's get to it. I'll show you what we need to do to make it. Now, for the yarn that we're going to use, I'm actually going to use Soft and Shiny from Michaels. I would recommend either Soft and Shiny or use Caron Simply Soft. I just happen to like this color and I thought it would show up and film good for you guys. But the Soft and Shiny or Caron Simply Soft, that will keep it lightweight, and it also help it so if it moves around on your head, it won't pull your hair, which is a problem for those of us with sensitive scalps that we tend to get headaches from any pulls. So the Caron Simply Soft or the Soft and Shiny. Going to use a size I 5.5 millimeter hook, so grab that, have that handy. And then also for this project, you will need a darning needle and a pair of scissors. All right, so if you would like to make this with me, let's get to it. Grab your stuff, grab your supplies, and we'll kind of get to making this. Oh, and by the way, if you like this kind of content, please subscribe, hit the button below, and don't forget to hit the bell so you'll be notified when I have upcoming videos. Let's get to making this. All right, let's begin. Just FYI, you can make some adjustments for size when we get to the end. I'll show you how to do that. So let's get started. So you want to get your yarn, make a slip knot, pull that in there, make a slip knot, and then pull it on, and you're going to chain 74. So get on up to 74. 73 and 74. Okay, now we're going to do a double crochet on the third chain from the hook, but we are not going to do it on the front. This link here on the chain on the hook does not count. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, and we're going to flip over to the back, and we're actually going to do our double crochet in the back into that little bump. So yarn over, go into that back bump, and the first one's usually difficult. Pull through one, pull through two, and then pull through the last two. And now that you've done the first one into the bump, the other ones are going to become readily apparent. So we want to actually put a total of 5 double crochets here. So there's, including the turning chain. So I have 1, 2, 3. I need 2 more. So we're going to have a total of 5. There's 4. Yarn over, and there's my last one. There's my 5th one. This yarn is so slippery, but that's what's good about it. All right, so now I have 5. Counting my turning chain, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So at this point, what I want to do is I want to chain 3, and I'm going to skip the next 2 stitches, and I'm going to double crochet in the 3rd stitch. So there's 1, the stitch is spoken for, 1, 2, I'm going to yarn over, and in this 3rd stitch here, I'm going to put in a double crochet. And we're actually getting ready to start on the repeater now. Okay, so from here, what we need to do is you're going to put in 9 more double crochets for a total of 10 double crochets right here. So there's 2, and continuing in that back bump. And this will be my 10th, and we are actually now going to be in the repeater. Okay, so let me show you what to do for the repeater. So we started off with our 5 here, chain 3, skipped over 2, and then we did 10. So what we're going to do now is we're going to chain 3, and we're going to skip over 2 again, Make sure we're still hitting that back bump. Skip over 2, double crochet into the 3rd, and do 10 more double crochets. So your pattern all the way across is going to be, it's going to be 10 double crochets, chain 3, skip 2, and chain double crochet in the 3rd, and then do 10 double crochets. And that's going to be your pattern all the way across. And then when you get to the end, what you're going to find is you're going to have 5 left over at the end that will match the beginning. So you'll continue on and you'll have 5 at the end, and you'll do 5 double crochets at the end to make the 2 ends match. And alright, that completes row 1, and it should look something like this. Every 10 double crochets you're going to have your spaces. Alright, let's start on row 2. We're going to chain up 3, and then you're going to turn your work. All right, and what we're going to, this chain 3 counts as the first double crochet, and we're going to actually double crochet in the next 2. 1, and then there is 2. Okay. Once you've done that, chain 3, let me grab some more yarn here, chain 3, and then we're going to skip over these double crochets and do a single crochet into that loop, and look like that. Then we're going to chain 3, skip these next 2 double crochets and do a double crochet in the 3rd here, and that'll create that singlet loop. And so now you'll have something that looks kind of like that. Okay, now what we're going to do, that's your setup, and now we're going to continue on. So now you're going to double crochet in the next 6 stitches. 1, 3, and there is my 6th one. Okay, and here's the pattern. So I've just did my double crochets, 6 of them. I am back over this chain 2 space here. Now I'm going to chain 3 to jump over that space, and I'm going to single crochet just like I did at the first one in here, chain 3, skip 2 double crochets, and in the 3rd double crochet I'm going to do my double crochet. And so it'll look like that. And that is actually your repeater till the end. So it's going to be 6 double crochets, 6 double crochets to get to here. Then when you get to here, you are going to chain 3, single crochet into this loop, chain 3 again, skip 2, and in this 3rd double crochet you're going to start here and do 6 more double crochets, and it'll bring you to your next loop. You're going to do that the rest of the way across, and that's your repeater, and when you get to the end you'll be putting in 3 double crochets at this last 3. So that's your repeater. I will meet you at the end. And that ends row 2. So you may have to jury rig it a little bit to get your 3 double crochets in there. Let's start on round 3. Chain 6, and then turn your work. And the repeater is going to start right off of the bat. What we're going to do first is you're going to single crochet into that first loop. Then we're going to chain 3, 2, 3, single crochet into that second loop, chain 3, skip these first 2 double crochet, and we're going to end the third double crochet. You're going to put a double crochet in the next 2. And so it'll look like this. And so now we have our 3 spaces, 1, 2, and 3. All right, and now we're actually ready to start our repeater. Okay. And the repeater is going to be chain 3, so we already did it once. It's going to be the chain 3, single crochet, chain 3, single crochet in the second loop, and then chain 3, skip 2, and double crochet twice. Skip 2, and there's the third one, double crochet there and there. And then you're going to continue that all the way across, and when you get to the end, your last item that's going to be at the end is going to be 1 double crochet to match this end over here, because we have 1 there. Okay, I'll meet you at the end. I'm at the end of row 3, and I've just done my chain 3, and I'm just going to put a double crochet at the end here, and that will complete that. Let's move on to row 4. You're going to chain 3, then turn your work. Get that over there. And then what we're going to do is put 2 double crochets in that first loop. And this actually is going to be the pattern. We're starting the pattern right off the bat. 2 double crochets here. Then we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And in the second loop, we're going to put in a single crochet into that second loop, and then we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and in the third loop we are going to put in 2 double crochets. And then what you're going to find, and that's what it'll look like, is you have 2 double crochets hanging out in the breeze there. We're going to put double crochets on top of those. And then to finish this off, we're already bumping into the next loop, which is right there. We're going to put 2 double crochets in that loop as well. And that is actually the pattern for going across. So from here we're going to start all over again. So we're going to chain 3, and then we're in the first loop, and in the second loop here we're going to put a single crochet, chain 3, and in the third loop here we're going to put 2 double crochets. And again, you're going to bump into your 2 double crochets hanging in the breeze. So we're going to put double crochets on top of the double crochets. Then 2 double crochets within the next loop. And so that's your pattern going across. And that's what it'll look like. That's your pattern going across. And so we're going to be putting in 6 double crochets. This is where we're at. We just finished 6, 2 in this loop, 2 on top of the 2 double crochets, then 2 in the next loop. From here, we're going to chain 3, and we're in this loop, chain 3, single crochet in the second loop, chain 3, and right back to 2 double crochet in this loop, 2 double crochet on top, 2 double crochet in here, chain 3, single crochet, chain 3, right back to the double crochet. And that's what's going to happen all the way across till you get to the end. So continue on, and as this one we had 3 at this end, we're going to end with 3 at the end over here. I will meet you at the end. Alright, I'm at the end of row 4. I just chained 3, and I'm going to put my 3 double crochets into that space at the end, and so that would have been the loop from before, and so that's what it will look like. Let's move on to row 5. To do that, let's chain 3, turn our work. That counts as our first double crochet. We're going to skip the next double crochet and then put a double crochet into next 2 stitches, each of the next 2 stitches, and in the loop that's presenting itself right away, we're going to put 2 double crochets within that loop. And then we're going to chain 3, skip over to the next loop, and we're going to put 2 double crochets into that next loop. And that will bring us down to 1 hole there, okay? And so now we're presented with those 6 double crochets, so we're going to go right across and fill in those 6 double crochets to bump us up to that next loop. Then we're in that loop, we're going to put 2 double crochets, and that's going to be our pattern. 2 double crochets in the loop, chain 3, and then 2 double crochets in the next loop, and then do your 6 double crochets, and that's going to be your pattern. 6 double crochets, 2 double crochets in the first loop, chain 3, 2 double crochets in the next loop, and then 6 double crochets on top of the other double crochets. And you want to do that all the way across until you get to the end. And what it'll look like is this, where we've moved down to now having 1 spot. I'll meet you at the end. Alright, I just finished my last double crochet and clipped off my end and tightened that down, and this is what it should look like for you. Alright, and from here, what we do, want to push it away so you can see it, is we want to start fitting it to you. Depending on how tight or loose of a stitcher you are, mine's about 17 inches long. What we want to do now is put it around your head, as you saw the way I was wearing it at the beginning of the video, and measure it. You should not need more than this length. You actually should need less. Mine's almost 17.5 inches-ish. And so what you want to do is measure it. And what we're going to do now is stitch it together. Most people, the inclination is they'll want to stitch like this. They'll just bring the ends together like this and stitch. What that does, though, is that leaves a bump. And if you tend to get headaches, like I do, that bump will actually encourage you to have a headache no matter where it's at around the scalp. That's not what we're going to do. So how we're going to piece this together is first you're going to turn it like that so you have a curve in it. And that'll actually help. This is actually, you'll see after we're done, it's going to go to the base of the neck. And then when you lay it over, then you're going to lay over the other piece on top of it, like that. And so what you're going to do is you're going to take your darning needle and you're going to stitch it together here. Yarn on here that I really don't need. But I'm going to go through and I'm going to make it flat stitching. I don't know the name of that because I'm not a sewer. but I want to pull it through so each one of those stitches are flat. So it's not going to be any kind of a bump in the back of my head. And I want to go all the way around. And you can see I have way too much yarn here. But I want to go all the way around and make sure that I'm grabbing the stitches. Each one of those seams is what I'm going to make sure that I grab. So by that I mean you can see I'm not leaving any bumps. And so when I come over here, I'm going to go around here, all the way up here, back through, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to go ahead and seam on the back as well. And so that way it's strong, but it does not have the propensity to actually come out. When you're done, this will be stitched together in the front. Let me pull mine. That'll be stitched together in the front. And this is actually turns into the front. This is my white one back again. And in the back, this is the crossover. And this is where I seam my white one together. And you can see it is nice and flat. And it's actually, this is what I'm wearing at the base of my neck because it'll bend over easily and there's no bump. I put that at the base of my neck and I have no bumps and no areas that are going to give me a sore spot. All right, well that's what I had to show you for today. I hope this was helpful. Give it a try. Like I said, I'm not a great sewer, but you get the gist of what I'm showing you here. Make sure you turn it and then seam it around and it'll work well. Mine is super, super comfortable. I'm having no problems at all. All right, if you like this kind of content, feel free to subscribe and I will catch you next time. Have a great day.